And
Because you can and do the can in can.
And I stayed at some woman's place, you know, I rented a home. And I don't like to sit on the beach in the sun, that wasn't my thing. So I made friends, I walked up the Supercan, and I made friends with peasants up there, and they gave me, it must have been not that long. Well, I was working already, so, but still, we still didn't have oil and all that stuff in abundance, you know? And,
46.
So what?
1946.
Yeah, but 46, I wasn't that, I forgot. Whatever. So, maybe I was younger, I didn't work, I forgot, whatever. I did go, and I made friends with these peasants, and who had a big place of what you call olive trees.
Uh-huh.
And so they gave me a bottle of olive for my mother, for us. And then when I got home, Mama sent them some clothes, you know. So, but anyhow, but what I wanted to say...
It was about the vinegar.
Yeah, but wait. So then, this is beside the point. That's all in parentheses. So 2 days before I was supposed to go back home, I said, well, I have to get a little suntan. I don't tan very easily, but I have to get something so I can show, you know, that I was in the sun. So I went to the beach, and I lay down, and I first went swimming, then I went to the beach, on the sand, and I put my legs were it was very hot. I put on my legs what do you call it, the towel that I had sort of dried myself up with, I put on my legs, and I fell asleep. And suddenly some guy who was sitting next to me, I didn't notice him, he woke me up and he said, you know, you better get out of there. Well, I had 3-degree burn.
Ah!
The salt water, you know,
right,
that and on my legs,
yep,
with that towel that did it. And the face was not so bad. So I had a hard time walking.
Does this have anything to do with vinegar?
No, but so as I walked on the called Canebière, I walked, there was some, not on the Canebière, but so one of the side streets to my place where I, you know, rented. There were some merchants with fruits and vegetables, and one of them, this lady, she said to me, here, I'm going to give you this, she put lemon juice on it.
Ouch!
She said,
I thought you were going to say aloe.
No, lemon juice.
Really?
Yeah. So, and then the next day I was supposed to go to Italy. You take a bus, just a one-day
So you
bus.
were traveling by yourself?
Yeah.
I mean,
but
that's pretty ambitious. That's pretty, that's amazing.
Well,
I don't know. So you were going to Italy.
I didn't speak the language in Italy, but I spoke in French.
Right.
So I was shy, if you want, but if I wanted to go somewhere, I did it. I didn't need anybody to go with me, you know.
Right.
And so I took the bus. I went directly to my bed, on my bed, and I thought I better sleep, because in the morning it was all paid for. I wasn't going to miss that, you know. And especially on the what do you call it? On the line, France.
The border.
Italy,
the border.
On the border, that's where everybody was talking about buying stuff, you know.
Right.
Counterfeit, you know, the leather goods, and I was into that too. Of course, I had to buy something. So I started to fall asleep when the lady knocked on the door and said, "Please pay me," because I could have killed the woman. You know, of course I paid her, but I was leaving early the next morning, you know. I just want to tell you.
The trip to Cannes.
Yeah.
Was it Cannes? It was
Oh,
fun.
no, I had fun because I was on my own. I made these friends with, and I went every day. I went to see them, you know. I just like to walk, and it was something new.
It's a great story.
So, no, I like to be on my own.
2010, recollections of 1946, 5, 7, long
No,
time
I
ago.
don't know. It was what, 20, oh, in 46, the war was over in 45. Yeah, 40, make it a few years because yeah, I still went to school. So I did some, but I worked, and I did political science at the Sorbonne in the evening, you know, before going home.
Tell me about the tango.
Oh, tango?
Yeah.
Did you tell?
You told?
Oh, no,
yeah, of
they
course.
called me
We
the
were so
queen of
surprised.
tango.
Why? Come on, show us a little
No,
tango. Can you do it?
No, I didn't do anything special. It's just that was when we went to the Cité Universitaire. We went almost every Saturday or Sunday
To where?
to the Cité Universitaire, which is Porte d'Orléans. There you go to Paris, and then you take the subway.
And what happened when you got
that's
there?
where all the foreign students lived.
Uh-huh.
They had American house, they had all the different, the Indochina house, this and that. And so, you know, that's where...
So you danced?
Of course, that's all we did. We danced, we went...
In the public square?
It was each house had a ball, each Saturday and Sunday. So it depends where your boyfriend was,
Uh-huh.
you know.
And where was your boyfriend?
My boyfriend, well, different ones.
Oh.
I had different ones.
Did they know about each other?
And yeah, it was not serious. It wasn't serious. One was serious, but...
You had a black boyfriend, right? For
Huh?
a while. You had a black boyfriend, didn't you?
A black, yeah. That was a serious one.
Was
And
that
where was he from? I
He
never
was
heard
from
that
Haiti.
story.
Oh, I think Daniel knew someone who was here one day, remember? He knew him very well.
Who is that?
Remember, you have a black friend who knew, what's his name?
Terry King?
He knew him from Haiti. Oh, what's his name?
Joel Dreyfus?
We were talking, and I said, oh, I knew, I didn't tell him it was no. We were talking, Ghislain Gourege is his name. His father was in the government at the time, and he was an engineer, aeronautical engineer, and was not only good looking, he was brilliant. And that's what I was always interested in, and so...
I never knew that story.
Yeah.
So did you dance tango there with him? Was he
Yeah,
the
and
tango
with
dancer?
And with others. Well, that's all we danced, you know, at the time. We started rumba at the time. That started to come in. And we had Calypsy, all these we
Calypso.
had. No. The musicians.
Oh, Dizzy. Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think the one that you wanted to write about.
Louis. Right, Louis
Armstrong.
Satchmo.
Those orchestras were there.
Right.
So it was terrific, and we always took with us. We stayed until our last train back to Enghien was at midnight. So
You turn into a pumpkin if you don't get the train.
Sure, and so we always had a sandwich, and we went. My sister Yvonne, our friend who just died, you know, and we went. So I'm always the one who had to warm them up, you know. And I said, "Now let's go." We had to take subway.
So wait a minute. I don't care about the transportation. I want to know, what did you wear?
No, you do, because one night they stayed out too late.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
And then what happened?
That what happened? We took the train and we fell asleep in the train because it was the last train. And so when we passed our station, Enghien, and we went to the next station, or good thing it was just the next station, and we got out, and and we didn't really know our way.
Right.
So what we did, we went along the railway,
Ooh.
and then, well, not where there was a
Yeah,
fence,
but
but that's how you, and then there was a big moon, and with all the shadows, we were scared, we ran like crazy. And, well, we got home, my parents, of course, were back, and Mama apparently was fast asleep, and my mother told us the next day, or my father said, that my mother was asleep, and my father was worried.
Yeah.
So he ever so often would go downstairs to see if our wardrobe was in the entrance hall, and the coats were hanging, if our coats were there. And finally, when he heard us, although we were very quiet, we took off our shoes, but they didn't say anything. They were just worried.
Right. So what'd you wear?
Oh, I don't know what we wore. We usually wore pants. Pants and sweaters. We didn't have that many clothes, huh?
Right.
Not like here.
Right.
But we were people like, I knew quite a lot. I once had danced with a guy from Indochina. When he danced with me, as they say in France, you can eat soup on his head. And so what I did was invite them on a Sunday to our house.
Jim.
So there were students that
Here,
were
come,
very
sit down. This is a nice
happy
picture.
to come, and Mama would. How else would I see them? So, I mean, not my good friend, but this. So he would always bring rice, big bags of rice that he had gotten from his parents from Indochina.
Oh my goodness!
So he bought that.
So he would bring rice, and then you'd make rice.
Yeah.
Wow. Hi, Anna. Have you heard these stories before?
A few of them. I heard the one about the man who you could eat soup off of his head.
What?
You've told me that one about the man whose head you could eat soup off of. You could eat rice.
That was the first one I met as we were dancing, But it was very nice. And actually, that one, he said, "Oh, I want to come to my home." At that time, a complete idiot. Come to my home, I want to show you some things. And I went to his home. But no, he didn't try anything. But, today, if a
you
boy
wouldn't
asked
do
you
that.
to go to I don't think you would do that.
Right. Right. Come to my lair. I'd like to show you something.
That's funny.
Don't join the
But
party.
it was good. It was great, and especially when we had these wonderful orchestras. The orchestras, when the good orchestras were there, that was the American house, the Tazini, the house. So that was much bigger, and but we always had a great time.
And Ruthie was kind of a flirt, right?
Oh, yeah.
I like the face. Ruthie was a flirt?
Yeah. But, I don't care. The only thing when she got married, before she got married, and she already knew Alan, that's the only time she asked for my advice, big deal. I couldn't advise much, but they were both going to Cannes, and my sister insisted on having a room to herself, right? And she said, what shall I do? I said, well, just have a room to yourself, because she asked me. And then after that, when they came back, she said, I locked it, because Alan really wanted to come in. I remember when she told me that. We were very close.
He's a dog.
We were very close, so we really knew what everyone was doing, more or less.
Well.
But today, but whatever people want to do, it's okay.